Admit it. You're rightly worried about the state of our nation, aren't you? Rashida Tlaib, a name synonymous with controversy, is in the headlines again, but this time it's not just controversial, downright dangerous and Looney Tunes. She ran her mouth knowing full well that she was lying and trying to stir up anger, anxiety, and violence. And nothing will happen to her because she's a Democrat. That's the world we live in right now. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back. So Rashida Tlaib, with the rhetoric she's mastered so well, apparently revved up a crowd of protesters. And not just any protesters. These were violent, enraged individuals who, fueled by her misinformation about Israel allegedly bombing a hospital, stormed our capital. Deja vu, anyone? Folks, listen to this. She's nuts. She goes crazy. She starts crying and shit, knowing she's lying the whole time.
Continue to watch people think it's okay to bomb a hospital.
They didn't.
With children.
They didn't.
You know
Watch
what's
this.
so hard sometimes is watching those videos and the people telling the kids don't cry. And like, let them cry.
Let them cry.
And they're shaking. And somebody shaking.
None of it happened.
In Arabic. They can cry. I can cry. We all can cry. If we're not crying,
I'm gonna cry.
Something is wrong.
Something's wrong.
And so I'm telling you right now.
The threat.
President Biden, not all America's with you on this one. And you need to wake up and understand that. We are literally watching people commit genocide and killing a vast majority just like this.
Your buddies did it.
We still stand by and say nothing.
Your buddies did
We
it.
will remember this.
You're a liar.
All of you, you need to know. I swear to God, Wahyat Allah. You are on the right side of history. You are. You're doing everything possible to save lives.
Yeah.
What is wrong with that?
Everything is wrong with that because you're a fucking liar. Okay, ready? Here's the actual damage, folks. It's the parking lot. The buildings you'll see in a second are still intact. It hit the parking lot, and there was a cemetery. They were firing rockets from a cemetery. Can you believe it? Look at this. See, the building's all intact, not harmed at all. But they said that the Jews did this, that Israel did this. And Rashida Tlaib, knowing it was not Israel, he did this. They're supposed to be an ally of ours. Tell that to Rashida Tlaib. It wasn't the Israelis. The real culprits, as we said in our last video, were her buddies, the terrorists who did this. They bungled their bomb so badly, it couldn't find its target and hit a parking lot. Now, in a world where words like justice and accountability mean something, we'd see a trial date set, wouldn't we? But hold your horses. This isn't any fairy tale. It's real life and under the Biden administration. So accusations, insurrections, all those buzzwords they threw around when it suited them, suddenly it's as if they've lost their dictionary. Right? All right, guys, we're about to show you the Palestinian insurrection that was brought on by Rashida Tlaib and others. But keep in mind that on January 6th, you have a bunch of people that are getting double-digit years for sentences who were taking selfies, walking around patiently and calmly, and they were observing the velvet ropes, if you will, compared to these people. It's an insurrection, folks. Just remember, the people who are going to prison for J6 were not involved in a riot. Most of them. Okay? They were just walking around, taking selfies, being escorted by cops. These guys actually took over the floor in the building. All right? Apparently, they interrupted congressional matters as well. Nothing's going to happen to them. It was the worst attack on the Capitol since the War of 1812. Representative Andy Biggs, a voice of reason amidst the cacophony, calls it what it is. An insurrection. Plain simple and as clear as the sky on a cloudless day. Over 300 demonstrators, a gentle term for what they truly were, in custody as the Capitol Police grapple with this madness and their crime, illegally protesting in the Capitol. We know that that's a crime, right? But here's where it gets ludicrous. These protesters, adorned in their matching black tees, screaming for a ceasefire, they're not the patriots concerned about election integrity. No, these are pro-Palestinian demonstrators making a ruckus, halting the gears of Congress, all built on a lie that is continually spread by Rashida Tlaib. And where do we find this breaking news? Fox, standing as the beacon of truth in these bewildering times? Well, meanwhile, it was the Gateway pundit that pulls the curtain back on this charade. The hospital, not touched. The 500 innocent lives claimed didn't happen. A tragic tale of misinformation at the heart of it, a misfired rocket from none other than Hamas, Islamic Jihad that works with Hamas. Tlaib is a U.S. Congresswoman. There is no way that a charming small furball like me can read about it in the news, and she didn't know. Now, fast forward a few hours, maybe a day, what's going to happen to these demonstrators? Let me paint a picture for you. A slap on the wrist and a gentle shove out the door. Because in today's America, under the not-so-watchful eye of Biden and friends, only one side of the political aisle seems to face the music. And it's not the side that sympathizes with the terrorists. It's not the terrorist simps. And amidst this chaos, a weeping Rashida Tlaib playing the part she's perhaps best at, the victim, continuing to peddle the falsehood so outrageous it would be laughable if it weren't so dangerous. So, where do we go from here, America? Do we continue to allow blatant lies to fuel violence and discord in our sacred halls of democracy? Or do we demand accountability, integrity, and the truth from our elected officials? See, there were riots in the Middle East. Embassies, Israeli embassies, U.S. embassy, the French embassy, probably others by now, they would try to be stormed by the crazies over there because of things like what Ilhan Omar tweeted out, saying that they bombed the hospital before any of the facts were in. And then Rashida Tlaib standing there, knowing that it was bullshit, crying to people on a microphone, crying about little kids and whatnot being killed. None of it happened. So if we don't take care of this and we get accountability, we're paving a perilous path for the very foundation of this great nation. All right, so that's it. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, share our videos with like-minded friends. Stay informed, stay vigilant. Always remember to read between the lines. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.